Hello. Good evening, everyone.
Your voice is too low, sir. Can you increase the input volume?
Okay.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. Your voice is too low, sir.
Very low. Okay.
So in the audio setting, you can go and increase the input volume.
Just let me know. Now is it okay?
No, sir. It's very low, sir.
Okay. Hello. 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 Is it low? Still low?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir. Not. That's what I mean. Maybe then her volume will be low. Others,
No,
can
sir.
you?
My volume is in 100, sir.
Others also you are facing problem.
Sir, it's loud, sir.
It's loud, na. Sab, Then, Khushi, can you just see some setting in your mic? I mean, in your speaker. Others, is it okay for others?
Yes, and now it's fine, sir.
Today we will see different types of enthalpies. Just listen what is exothermic reaction and endothermic reaction. Suppose any chemical reaction is accompanied by evolution of heat. Some amount of heat is released. Those are called exothermic reactions. Suppose oxidation of carbon, it gives carbon dioxide, the solid, gas, gaseous carbon dioxide. It releases delta H is equal to minus 393.5 kilojoule per mole. So this is an exothermic reaction. It is releasing heat. 393.5 kilojoule of heat is releasing. Okay, if you see some endothermic reaction, during the chemical reaction, so heat is absorbed by the system. So here delta H value we are writing with plus symbol. Suppose dissolution of KCl in water, it absorbs amount of heat is 18.6. Plus 18.6 kilojoule per mole. This is a exothermic reaction. Now we'll see different types of enthalpies. First one, enthalpy of combustion. So this is the amount of heat released during the combustion of any chemical substance. So in the combustion process, always heat is releases. And here one more definition is the standard enthalpy of combustion. Suppose the process enthalpy, the combustion process is carried out at standard condition, that is standard enthalpy of combustion. So in our book, all values are giving standard values only. You can see some chemical substance combustion values. Suppose methane, CH4 plus 2O2 gives rise CO2 plus 2H2O. enthalpy of combustion is equal to minus 890.4 kilojoule per mole. So it is a standard enthalpy. That's what is showing with 0. In thermodynamic chemical reaction, we must have to give the physical state of the reactants and products. This is gaseous. This is also gaseous, and H2O is here gas. Suppose carbon. Give CO2, carbon is solid, oxygen is gas, carbon dioxide is gas. Enthalpy is delta H is equal to minus 393.5. Kilojoule per mole. Okay, next, calorific value of food or fuel. So that is also comes under combustion process only. Calorific value of food or fuel. So this is the amount of heat released when 1 gram of food or fuel undergoes combustion. That's called calorific value of food or fuel. The amount of heat released in kilocalorie per gram or kilojoule per gram. The amount of heat is calories or joules. Amount of heat in calories or joules produced from complete combustion of complete combustion of 1 gram of the fuel or food. Okay, next one, enthalpy of formation, second one. Okay, delta FH is enthalpy of formation. If it is a standard enthalpy, we are writing power 0. 0, that is standard enthalpy. Here, the amount of heat released or absorbed when 1 mole of the substance is formed from its elements. That's called enthalpy of formation. Suppose water is there. To obtain 1 mole of water molecule, requirement is 1 mole of hydrogen and half mole of oxygen. So during this process, maybe heat releases are absorbed, and that's called enthalpy of formation. Suppose the process is carried out at a standard condition, we are calling standard enthalpy of formation. Okay, right statement. Heat evolved or absorbed when 1 mole of the substance is formed, when 1 mole of the substance formed from its elements, under given conditions of temperature and pressure. Okay, write on formula for this enthalpy of formation. Enthalpy of reaction is equal to enthalpy of reaction delta RH equal to summation enthalpy of formation of products minus summation of enthalpy of formation of reactants. Minus enthalpy of formation of reactants. Okay, here examples are explained. Listen, which one is comes under enthalpy of formation. Don't write, just listen this reaction. 2H, okay, formation of H2O. H2 plus O2 gives rise H2O. So balance the equation. 2H2, 2H2O. So this enthalpy of reaction is, or enthalpy of formation is, given standard values, minus 571.6 kilojoule per mole. Is it according to statement? This is not a standard enthalpy of formation of water, because the statement is given only 1 mole. 1 mole of water molecule only should obtain, but here 2 moles is obtained. Now the enthalpy of formation of water is minus 571.6 divided by 2. Value minus 200 minus 285.88 kilojoule per mole. This is actual enthalpy of formation of water. And then see next reaction, formation of calcium carbonate. CaO plus CO2, it gives CaCO2, sorry, CaCO3, calcium carbonate. The enthalpy of formation is minus 178.3 3 kilojoule per mole. So even this is also not enthalpy of formation of calcium carbonate. These are wrong reaction. This is incorrect reaction. Correct reaction is the compound should obtain from its elements, not from its compound. COO is the compound, not an element. CO2 also compound, it's not an element. See in statement, 1 mole of compound is formed from its elements. So CaCO3 is obtained from element calcium, element carbon, and element oxygen. The correct reaction is this is Ca plus C plus 3/2 O2 gives rise CaCO3. This is correct one. We need to write its physical state also. This is solid, oxygen is in gaseous state, CaCO3 solid. Now enthalpy of formation is minus 178.3 kilojoule per mole. This is the correct way of representing enthalpy of formation of a compound. Problem is calculate the enthalpy of combustion of methane. Enthalpy of combustion of methane, and here given enthalpy of formation of H2O equal to minus 285.8 kilojoule per mole. Enthalpy of formation of carbon dioxide is minus 393.5 kilojoule per mole. Enthalpy of formation of methane. Water is in liquid state. Carbon dioxide gas, methane also gas. Minus 74.9. This is. So first combustion of reaction is combustion of methane. CH4 gas is reacting with oxygen gas, giving carbon dioxide and water. Gas, this is a liquid. Balance equation 2O2, 2H2O. This is balanced equation. So we know formula enthalpy. This is actually combustion reaction. So this enthalpy of reaction and enthalpy of combustion, small difference is there. Enthalpy of reaction means we can take any type of reaction, any type, even dissolution process also we may consider. During the process, the amount of heat released or absorbed, that's called enthalpy of reaction. But enthalpy of combustion is just burning of the substance. It gives out some amount of heat. But here, any reaction comes under enthalpy of reaction. Any reaction, combustion, dissolution, or oxidation, reduction, redox reaction, whatever, all are comes under enthalpy of reaction only. So we know enthalpy of reaction formula. enthalpy of formation of products minus summation of enthalpy of formation of reactants. So products are carbon dioxide and water molecule. The enthalpy of formation of carbon dioxide is here, minus 393.5. Next, another product, water, 2 moles of water. To produce 1 mole of water, minus 285.8. So there is plus minus 2 into minus 285.8, and then minus products are methane and oxygen. Enthalpy of formation of methane is minus 74.9. This is, and carefully here, what is the enthalpy of formation of oxygen? This is 0. For elemental substance, enthalpy of formation is 0, any elemental substance. Now enthalpy of reaction is, or enthalpy of combustion. It comes as minus 890.2. This is. Calculate the standard enthalpy of formation of methanol from the following data. CH3OH liquid 3/2 O2. Your CO2 gases 2H2O liquid. Enthalpy of reaction is minus 726 kilojoule per mole. solid carbon plus O2 gives rise CO2 gas. Enthalpy of combustion equal to minus 393 only kilojoule per mole. H2 plus half O2 gives rise H2. Enthalpy of formation of water is minus 286 kilojoule per mole. So first we have to write what is the required equation. We want enthalpy of formation of methanol. So required equation is we want to get methanol. So carbon atom and 2 H2 molecules plus only half oxygen atom involves, and it gives methanol. This value we have to calculate. Okay, that is only enthalpy of formation, not standard enthalpy of formation we have to calculate. Physical states, carbon is solid, H2 gas, it's a gas, it is a liquid. So from these three reactions, we have to get this reaction. Okay. Here, equation 3 or 3 is multiplied with 2. 3 is multiplied with 2. Then it gives 2H2 gaseous one plus 1 by 2 into 2 of O2. So of 1 by 2 cancel, just O2 it gives. O2 gives rise to H2O. Liquid. Then enthalpy of formation. This also we have to multiply with 2. 286 into 2. $372. So this is considered as equation 1. Next, addition of equation 1 plus this 2. Plus that equation 1. So C plus O2, here also one O2 is there. So we can write 2 O2 and plus 2 H2. C plus O2 plus 2 H2 plus O2 overall, C plus 2 O2 plus 2 H2. This solid, gas, this also gas, gives rise. Add products also. Here H2O, here also H2O. No. This one, yeah. CO2 plus 2H2. Gas, this is the liquid. Then enthalpy is, add these two also. Minus 372 and minus 393. Minus 765. This is kilojoule per mole. So this is equation 2. Okay, the next step, subtract equation, okay, this 1 from equation 2. Two minus this 1, not equation 1, this one. C plus 2O2 plus 2H2 solid gas minus CH3OH. This is liquid. Minus 3 by 2 O2 gas gives rise CO2 plus 2H2O, a gas was one, this is liquid, minus CO2 minus 2H2O, gas and liquid. So enthalpy, this minus that value, so minus 765, and it's become minus this is how much? Yeah, this value. Water is, we multiplied with 2. Yeah, that is total. Okay, how much here? 572. Yeah, that's a mistake. So 572, 393 minus 965. 965. Minus 965 minus of minus plus 726. How much? 293. 93. Yeah, that's correct. Comes minus 239. Yeah. Okay, see here. 3 by 2 O2. Here we have 2 O2. It means this is 1.5 O2. So cancel this. Only half O2 is left here. C plus half O2 and 2H2 left this side. And even minus CH3OH. And here all are cancelled. Minus CH3OH, move that side. Give CH3OH liquid. So this is only a required equation. C solid, half O2 gas, H2 also gas, and CH3OH. So enthalpy of reaction is, or sorry, the enthalpy of formation minus 239 kilojoule per mole. That's all. Mostly this kind of questions we may expect in JE level. Next problem, try this yourself. The enthalpy of combustion of methane, graphite, and dihydrogen. Just they're given names: methane, graphite, dihydrogen. At 298 Kelvin R. I mean, this here giving standard values: minus 890.3 kilojoule per mole, minus 393.5 kilojoule per mole, minus 285.8 kilojoule per mole, respectively. Calculate enthalpy of formation of methane. Okay. So here given combustion of methane, graphite, and dihydrogen. I will write that reactions, then you calculate further. Combustion of methane reaction is CH4 combustion, means reacting with oxygen, gives carbon dioxide and 2H2O. Take a 2O2. Gas, the gas is, this is liquid, H2O is liquid. Is minus 890 combustion, no? Minus 890.3 kilojoule per mole. Next, graphite. Graphite means just carbon. CO2. Enthalpy of combustion is minus 393.5. Next, water. So H2O, combustion of H2O, it results water. One by 2 H2O. Minus 285.8 kilojoule per mole. So required equation is, we want to calculate enthalpy of formation of methane. So methane is obtained from element carbon and hydrogen, two hydrogen molecules. Solid, and this is the gas, give CH4. This one we have to calculate. So, completed one. How much you got? Final answer? 200. I think wrong. CH4 enthalpy of formation, oh, minus 74.8. See, this is the required equation. We need 2 moles of hydrogen. That's what, multiply this equation with 2 first. So here I didn't mention equation number. This is equation 1, equation 2, equation 3. You got correct answer now? Likita?
Yes, sir.
Did you answer this one?
Yes, sir. Last step I'm doing.
Okay, completed. Lakshmi? Harsh?
Sir.
Completed.
Yes, sir.
Okay, how much you got answer?
Sir, minus 74.8.
Yeah, minus 74.8 kilojoule per mole. Multiply this with 2. After add this equation, and here after multiplying with 2, you will get some reaction that, and first equation 1 subtract from final equation. So you have to do equation 3 multiply with 2 and then add to that equation 2, then subtract equation 1. Okay, next one, enthalpy of neutralization. You already know what is about neutralization process. Just acids reacting with bases. You use salt and water. That's called neutralization. So during this process also some amount of heat is releases, and neutralization process energy is releases. The amount of heat released during the neutralization of one equivalent of an acid is completely neutralized by one equivalent of base. It's called enthalpy of neutralization. But here enthalpy of neutralization of strong acid, strong base is one value. Strong acid with a weak base is different value, and weak acid with a strong base is different values. The heat change when the heat change when 1 gram equivalent of acid is neutralized by a base, the reaction being carried out in dilute aqueous solutions. Suppose a neutralization between a strong acid and strong base. Strong acid and strong base. Strong acid is HCl. Dilute, we have to take dilute solutions. And NaOH. This is also dilute. NaCl plus H2O. Enthalpy of neutralization is minus 57.1 kilojoule per mole. So neutralization of any strong acid with strong base releases 57.1 kilojoule of energy. Okay, suppose the neutralization between a strong acid and a weak base, or weak acid and strong base, this value will be changes. Weak acid plus strong base. Weak acid taking CH3COH plus strong base NaOH. Diluted. This is also okay. Better. Diluted NaOH and give CH3 CONA and H2O. Enthalpy of neutralization is 55.2. Actually, in this process also 1 mole of H plus ions and 1 mole of OH minus ions and combine gives water molecule. Here also same process happens. 1 mole of H plus, 1 mole of OH minus and resulting formation of water. But here more amount of energy released, here less amount of energy is released. Sorry, here minus. Reason is this is weak acid. Acetic acid is weak acid. We know it won't undergo complete ionization. Little amount of CH3COH undergoes ionization. So to undergo completely CH3COH ionization, it absorbs some amount of heat. It absorbs difference between these two is 1.9. This much amount of heat is absorbed by CH3COH and undergoes complete ionization. That's why here enthalpy of neutralization is less value. But here strong acid, strong base, we know these are completely undergoes ionization. It won't absorb further any energy. Okay, now neutralization between weak base and strong acid. Weak base is ammonium hydroxide. Strong acid HCl. Chloride and H2. Enthalpy of neutralization is 51 point. Minus 51.5 kilojoule per mole. Here also ammonium hydroxide is a weak electrolyte. To undergo complete ionization, it is absorbing more amount of heat, absorbing nearly different 5.6 kilojoules of heat is absorbed by ammonium hydroxide to undergo complete dissociation. Next, enthalpy of solution. I think we know what is solution when solute is added to is fourth one or third or fifth one? Fourth one. Okay. I think we know what is solution when some solute is added to suitable solvent, it gives a solution. So enthalpy of solution is the amount of heat evolved or absorbed, both happens. It is depending upon solute. The amount of heat absorbed or evolved when 1 mole of substance is dissolved in suitable solvent. And here we have to take a large amount of solvent, because if you take small amount of solute and add small amount of solvent, some solute is dissolved in this. Further addition of solvent, it should not give out any amount of heat, or it should not absorb any amount of heat. That's what we are saying. This is enthalpy of solution at infinity dilution. We are taking in large volume of solvent. Suppose I'm taking small amount of water, just 100 ml water. In this dissolved 20 grams of NaOH. 20 grams of NaOH. I think this is not infinity dilution, because if you prepare this solution after dissolution of 20 grams NaOH in water, we should not call it is the enthalpy of NaOH solution. Reason is, if you add further amount of some water or solvent, it releases heat. So this is not correct solution. We need to take in large excess, mean 10 liters or 20 liters solvent and 10 or 20 grams of NaOH dissolve. Then it is completely undergo dissociation, and even further addition of water also, it won't give out heat and it won't absorb heat. So that much diluted solution we need to take to get correct value of enthalpy of solution. Okay, right statement. When 1 mole of substance is dissolved in a specific amount of the solvent, however, if such a large volume of the solvent is taken, that further addition of the solvent does not produce any more heat change. It is called enthalpy of solution at infinity dilution. Okay, see here two examples. Dissolution of KCl in water. KCl aqueous produces. So enthalpy of solution. Plus 18.6 kilojoule per. Next, copper sulfate. So here copper sulfate is anhydrous. Anhydrous copper sulfate dissolution is making of solution from copper sulfate is exothermic process. But if we take a hydrated copper sulfate, like blue colored copper sulfate, it absorbs the heat. So it's this kind of questions asking in a conceptual base. Copper sulfate is anhydrous. Aqueous. Enthalpy. You no need to by heart this value. Just if you know this, it is exothermic or endothermic, it is enough. Dissolution of hydrated salts. Like copper sulfate, 5H2O, calcium chloride, 6H2O, is endothermic process. Endothermic. And dissolution of simple salts, non-hydrated, but still these are also endothermic process like KCl. Dissolution of NaCl, KCl, KNO, the potassium nitrate. Is also endothermic. See, dissolution of any substance in water, it is depending upon two factors. First one is enthalpy, lattice enthalpy, and the second one hydration enthalpy. These two only determines whether the dissolution process is exothermic or endothermic. Dissolution of any substance depends on first one lattice enthalpy. Second one hydration enthalpy. Lattice enthalpy and hydration enthalpy. Let's see what is lattice enthalpy. This is actually we are defining in two ways. The amount of energy is released when 1 mole of ionic substance, ionic substance or polar covalent substance is obtained from its ions. Suppose we'll take NaCl. NaCl is obtained from 1 mole of Na plus ions and 1 mole of Cl minus ions. Okay, this NaCl is obtained when 1 mole of Na plus ions and 1 mole of Cl minus ions are comes closer. It releases some amount of energy. That is called lattice enthalpy. Okay, that is one way. In another way, we can define the amount of energy required to convert one mole of substance into its ions. That's called lattice enthalpy. Here we are proceeding this definition. Second one, amount of energy is required to break or to get ions from 1 mole of substance. That's called lattice enthalpy. And hydration enthalpy is some amount of energy is released. Here lattice enthalpy, consider it is an endothermic process. It's an endothermic process because we must have to invest some energy to break interaction between species, cations and anions. Next, hydration enthalpy is, okay, here ions are produced, Na plus ion and Cl minus ions also. These ions are surrounded by some water molecules. Results, energy is released. That is exothermic process. So Na plus ion, this is surrounded by some water molecules. Some water molecule interact with Na plus. Here it's not forming any chemical bond, just a physical interaction between Na plus ions and water molecule. This is called, we can call it is solvation also. If more number of water molecules are surround the ion, that having high amount of solvation. During this process, some energy release, that's called hydration enthalpy or hydration energy. Even Cl minus ion also surrounded by some water molecules. So this is exothermic process. Lattice enthalpy is endothermic process. Hydration enthalpy is exothermic process. Now we will calculate what is the enthalpy of dissolution of one salt. For suppose NaCl is given. So enthalpy of solution of NaCl. Or calculation of enthalpy of solution of NaCl. Here given lattice enthalpy of NaCl is plus 788 kilojoule per mole. Next, hydration enthalpy or hydration energy for NaCl. Minus 784 kilojoule per. So enthalpy of solution is sum of the lattice enthalpy and hydration enthalpy. So how much final value? Solution is equal to lattice enthalpy plus hydration enthalpy. Plus 788 minus 784. It is just 4. Plus 4 kilojoule per mole. So dissolution of NaCl in water is endothermic process. Note point. So greater the lattice enthalpy, lesser the solubility of substance. Lesser the solubility of substance. Here it is okay, very small difference, it's not problem. But some substances having a higher lattice enthalpy and a lower hydration energy, those are not soluble in water. Suppose you can see barium sulfate, silver chloride. These are mostly in precipitation form only. They're having greater lattice enthalpy, lower hydration energy. That's what these are we are calling sparingly soluble salts. Even not only this, and fluoride salts also. Some fluoride salts also not soluble easily because they have greater lattice enthalpy. Okay. This kind of questions comes in P block elements and S block element. There we'll see. There we need to give in order wise also, which is more soluble, which is less soluble. But that solubility is depending upon lattice enthalpy. Okay, here lattice enthalpy we are calculating by using Born-Haber cycle. Let's see how to calculate lattice enthalpy of NaCl. Okay, example, take NaCl. Here some given values are. The enthalpy of formation of NaCl is enthalpy of formation of NaCl is minus 411.2 kilojoule per mole. So we may write this equation. NaCl is obtained from Na and Cl, chlorine, half chlorine molecule. Solid, this is a gas, gives NaCl, solid. So enthalpy of formation is minus 411.2. Actually, this Born-Haber cycle follows Hess law. Means Hess law is suppose something product is obtained for A2. Suppose A is a reactant, we got product D. This is a direct step. But A is converted to first B, then B is converted to C, finally C is converted to D. So according to Hess law, the enthalpy change in the direct process is equal to the sum of the process occurred in individual process. That is Hess law. So even lattice enthalpy, Born-Haber cycle also follows Hess law concept only. So this Hess law concept is given based on enthalpy is a state function. So based on this point, Hess law is given. Now this is working based on Hess law concept. Okay, later it will come this concept, Hess law. Okay, now we'll see how NaCl is obtained step by step. First of all, solid sodium converting into gaseous sodium. So this is called enthalpy of sublimation. Enthalpy of sublimation of sodium is given as, here value, okay, just write plus yes, sublimation energy, standard value only. Okay, next is to form NaCl compound, sodium must have to lose one electron. That's we are calling ionization enthalpy. This gaseous sodium becoming its cation Na plus. Still it is in gaseous state. This is we are calling ionization enthalpy. Ionization energy. Okay, now sodium is ready to give form compound NaCl. Same chlorine also. First it have to undergo atomization, then it should have to gain electron. Here half mole of chlorine, gaseous one, becoming chlorine atoms, the gaseous form. This is called enthalpy, bond dissociation enthalpy. Here actually chlorine is in molecular form. So if you break this, it gives chlorine atom. So this is called bond dissociation enthalpy. Half of bond dissociation enthalpy, it is denoting with 1/2 D. Okay, now chlorine, to form NaCl, chlorine should have to gain electron. Gaseous chlorine atom gain one electron, it forms Cl minus. So this is electron gain enthalpy, or we can call electron affinity also, delta EgH. Simply we are denoting it with E, electron affinity. The final step is the Cl minus ion and Na plus ion comes closer and gives a NaCl compound, that is lattice enthalpy. One mole of Na plus ions gaseous and 1 mole of Cl minus ions is also in gaseous. It forms NaCl solid. During this process, some amount of energy released or absorbed, that's calling lattice enthalpy. It is denoted with U, capital U. Okay, now I will draw Born-Haber cycle. Solid sodium combining with half mole of gaseous chlorine, Cl2. Is giving NaCl solid. This is we are calling enthalpy of formation of NaCl. Okay. This is a direct step. So enthalpy change in direct step must be equal to enthalpy change in happening in indirect steps. That's only called Hess law. So now Na is converting into first step Na plus. So we call this is enthalpy of sublimation, right? Enthalpy of sublimation. And Na plus further converted, not Na plus, or just Na. Next, Na is converted to Na plus. We call it is ionization energy. Okay. Na plus gases. In chlorine also, molecular chlorine first became atomic chlorine, gaseous atomic chlorine. And we call this is enthalpy of dissociation. Okay, even just half D. Already we denoted this. 1/2D, this is enthalpy of sublimation here, ionization energy. Next, atomic chlorine is converted to Cl minus by gaining electron. This is we call electron affinity. Now this Na plus ion and Cl minus ion combining together and gives NaCl. This is we call lattice enthalpy U. So according to Hess law, the enthalpy change in direct process must becomes equal to have the same process occurring in indirect steps. So that means enthalpy of formation is equal to sublimation plus ionization energy plus 1/2D and plus electron affinity plus U internal energy. Now we'll substitute all these values. We have all values. Finally, we can get this value we have. This value we can find out. Enthalpy of formation of NaCl minus 411.2 equal to enthalpy of sublimation of sodium. Your value is 108.4 kilojoule per mole only. Next, ionization energy of sodium is 496. That is endothermic process only, 496. Next, enthalpy of dissociation. That is also we need to inverse the energy. That is 1/2 into D value is 242. To dissociate chlorine to chlorine molecule to chlorine molecule to chlorine atoms, we need to give 242 kilojoules of energy, but we need half only. Plus electron affinity. Electron affinity of chlorine is, it is energy releases. When an atom gain electron, it releases energy. This is in negative sign, minus 348.6. Then finally, internal energy we have to calculate, plus U. So not internal energy. This is the lattice energy. Calculate whole value and what is U value. Lattice energy is equal to minus 788 kilojoules. Per mole only, that is, no need to mention. -788 kilojoule per mole. Okay, previously you returned lattice enthalpy of NaCl plus 788, right? Not this one, lattice enthalpy. Before that, you wrote two lines. Lattice enthalpy of sodium, NaCl, sodium chloride. They returned plus 788. So difference is the same value, but their NaCl is undergoing ionization because it is soluble in water. That's what we are giving plus sign. But here NaCl is formed. Yes, NaCl is obtained from its ions. That's what coming minus sign. So whenever any molecule or any substance forming means energy releases. So NaCl is formed, it released energy is minus 788 kilojoule per mole. Suppose NaCl is undergoing dissolution, means during dissolution process, it undergoes ionization. In that time, we are writing lattice energy, same value, but sign is changes, plus 788. So we have to take in reverse process, that's all. NaCl formed means this is the process. NaCl dissolution, it gives its ions. So U value we are taking plus sign. Okay. Remaining concept we will see tomorrow. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Short